Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Make Movies Great Again movie club. My name is Matt.
I'm Adam.
And this is your weekly movie club. This week, we're talking about Little Evil. It's a Netflix original starring Adam Scott and Oh, God damn it, I can't say her fucking name.
Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly. Known for The Hobbit, known for Ant-Man, and the upcoming movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, and also Lost, I believe, too, is where she really got her start.
Didn't know.
Yeah. I have never seen Lost, but I plan on watching it someday. It's one of those, it's one of those things. Just on my list.
I'll get around to it, yeah.
So before we talk about Little Evil, Adam, what movie is our movie club for this upcoming week?
So our next movie is called The Submarine Kid, starring Finn Wittrock. I think he's a really good actor. He plays an absolute psycho in season 4 of American Horror Story. He plays Dandy. I don't know if you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Sean would know who I was talking about, but the synopsis is: a traumatized Marine back from Afghanistan meets a troubled young woman who introduces him to a 1950s comic book story that resonates with him.
Sounds right up our alley.
Yep, I've been wanting to see this for a while, just because, as I said, I think this guy is a really good actor. Actually, I think his name was kicked around for Nightwing a while ago.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited to finally watch it.
So again, what's the title?
The Submarine Kid.
And you can watch that
on Netflix.
On Netflix, exactly. All right, let's talk about Little Evil. We're not going to do thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs medium anymore at the beginning of these shows. We're going to do them at the end, so we have a chance to talk it out with people, and our minds might change. So, what are your first impressions of this? What jumps out at you?
I thought it was really funny. I really liked the dynamic between Adam Scott, the main character, and his friend from work. I forget what her name is.
Yes, I forget her name. Yeah.
It was Al was her name.
Okay.
Adam Scott he goes to sort of stepdad's group therapy, where this woman Al goes. She has a female partner, and she considers herself the man of the relationship, and her female partner has a son, so she considers herself a stepdad.
Yeah,
and she's hysterical. And then the other stepdads are good supporting characters. I'd love to see a movie with that cast of clowns as stepdads.
Yeah. So it was Chris D'Elia was one of them. Donald Faison was one of them, who is Turk from
Scrubs.
Yeah, Scrubs. And I don't know. I know the last guy. I recognize him from movies recently. I just don't know his name.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So, but
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the dynamics between what is Al and Adam Scott's character, who is what is Adam Scott's character in the movie? Why can't I think of it? Little Evil. I'm looking it up right now so we can actually know things. So he's Gary. So Adam Scott is Gary. So Gary and Al, they're hilarious together. I thought they were really good. As far as the story goes, so anyway, you guys know this is spoiler territory for this movie. I kind of there was a lot of things that there was some things like plot holes that I didn't really like. But again, it's like a comedy, so it's hard to hold this movie accountable for things like that.
What plot holes are you thinking? I thought the movie was. I thought it was pretty well wrapped.
Well, when he takes the kid to the water park, the kid goes from burying him in the backyard to just going with him to this water park and talking to him and being super outgoing and stuff like that. I just felt like it was such a weird turn. The kid didn't show any of that at all before that, and then all of a sudden he just changed. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I took it. I thought about that too, but I took it sort of as that's the story of a child and his stepdad, not necessarily the Antichrist and his stepdad. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I took that because of what Evangeline Lilly said. What have you actually done to try to bond with him? You took him to school. You tried to do this with him. That's not really trying to bond with them.
Yeah.
So when he actually takes him to the water park and actually bonds with him, that's when you see the kid, the stepson, break out of his shell. So that didn't bother me too much. That part.
Yeah.
And also I took into account, it's an hour and a half long comedy horror on Netflix with some pretty raunchy dialogue. So I took it at face value.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought the supporting cast was really good. How Adam Scott basically plays Ben. He plays that Ben from Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
he
Ben
plays
Wyatt.
that middle-aged man who's sort of trying to figure it out as he goes. He plays that character really well.
Yeah, that's what he is in this movie. He like walks straight off the set of Parks and Rec into this movie, and he becomes he becomes Gary.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with that. It's like that, a very similar character.
I thought it was. Go ahead.
The kid was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, he was scary.
Yeah,
but then when he opened up, I thought like, oh man, this is an adorable dynamic between the two of them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he had like 3 lines.
Yeah, seriously, like very minimal lines.
It's not like they needed one of the kids from It or the Jacob Tremblay from Room to play the kid. The movie was carried by Adam Scott and the woman that played Al.
Yeah, totally. In her monster truck.
Yeah, that was great. They're all piled in the monster truck.
Yeah. Also, towards the end, another thing, a little thing that bothered me, but it seemed like weird pacing. So they break into that church at the end to save the kid, right?
Yep.
He walks up they put the masks on to sneak in there, but then as soon as they're in there, they take the masks off.
Yeah.
And then he talks to Evangeline Lilly. She's like tied up. And then character Gary gets the baseball and throws it and hits the guy in the head with the baseball. It's like, why not just rush the stage? Like, why not just, you know what I mean? Like, that's you're putting a lot of what?
There was no time.
I guess. But it took him a long time. He like stared at the ball for a good amount of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, all right, so going back to the plot hole that I didn't understand, I guess maybe I didn't understand, so maybe you can clear it up for me. This is why we do the ratings at the end.
Right.
So they gave him that midget gave him the advice, like he knew about the Antichrist and like they had to kill him before 6 p.m. on his birthday to end it, right? To kill him and he'll be done, right?
Yep.
That was the whole thing. Why was the cult trying to kill him? I thought they wanted to bring about the Antichrist. Right?
Well, the child is a portal. So if they killed the child, then Satan himself would be able to take over his body.
So then why was Gary trying to kill him?
Because Gary had it wrong. Gary thought that with that knife, then it'd be all over.
Okay, so he got it wrong. I guess I missed the part where he realized that was the wrong thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And also with the baseball, I liked the part with the baseball because it brought it around full circle. Remember at the beginning, Gary asked Lucas if he wanted to play catch because he was big into baseball.
Yeah.
He was like, whatever. Sort of like, he said it out of the side of his mouth. But you could tell that he really liked baseball, and he got the best dad baseball from Al, who won the best dad award, and saved his stepson with the baseball. I thought that was I thought it was funny, and I thought it was a really cute movie, and for an hour and a half, I thought it was well worth the hour and a half to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I did like it. I found myself actually paying attention for the most part and like watching it. Like it wasn't like It, where I know all the kids' names when I leave there because obviously I don't know like any of their friends' names. Like you don't really get that in an hour and a half movie. You know what I mean? With that many characters, you get Al, you get Gary. I don't even really know. I think I know Evangeline Lilly's name, the wife's name.
No, she was sprinkled in.
Yeah, she was barely in it. Sally, I love the scene where Sally Fields gets punched in the face.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hilarious. Love that they got Sally Fields for this movie, right? That was her, right? I'm not making this up?
Yeah, that was Sally Fields.
Okay. I love when they punch in the face and then they hit her with something. What did they hit her with? Something else.
I don't remember.
The monster truck scene's funny. Chris D'Elia was good. I really like his stand-up, and I think he's really funny. He's a good follow on social media, Chris D'Elia. He does a lot of funny Snapchat videos and stuff, and he posts them on his Twitter account. So you don't have to follow him on Snapchat. You can just follow him on Twitter, but he's really funny. So I thought it was a cool cast of characters. It's a good idea. It's another quality piece of content that Netflix put out, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a movie like this is why the platform of Netflix movies I think is really successful. Because a movie like this would not have done well in theaters.
No, not at all. Nope.
But it's worth it to go watch it for an hour and a half on Netflix.
Yep. You know why? Because Netflix's job is not selling tickets. They want to keep membership up. So if they keep putting out original content like this, it might not be things like The Irishman that's coming out that Scorsese's doing. That's going to be like something huge. This is just like, oh, I should sign up for Netflix. Look at all this original content they're making. I know this guy, Adam Scott. I recognize him from Parks and Rec, which is also on Netflix. You know what I mean? I recognize this character. And so I'm going to watch this movie. It's smart. It's smart.
It's only an hour and a half. It's not a huge investment. I can just sit on my couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I welcome movies like this. I even welcome the movies that Adam Sandler's been making on Netflix. They're not awful.
Oh, yeah. I've watched a couple of them.
They're not awful. I mean, they're funny. It's original content for Netflix. It's great. It's great for them. It's good for the people who are Netflix subscribers at the end of the day.
Yes, absolutely.
So, all right. So let's do thumbs. Do you have anything else you want to talk about the movie?
I can't think of. I mean, I'm just gonna say it was a thumbs up for me. I turned Netflix off with a big smile on my face after the end of the movie. I found myself laughing throughout. I thought the wedding video, the whole wedding video scene was hilarious.
Oh yeah, that was funny with I forgot about that with the videographer. Yeah, that was funny.
The whole his interaction with the videographer,
the tripod. Talk about the tripod.
Yeah, and then how what's on the actual video, the wedding video was hilarious with the hurricane and the priest speaking in tongues, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I like
thumbs up for me.
Okay, I like that they used a lot of elements from other like movies like it. So like a lot of like Rosemary's Baby like stuff, a lot of The Omen, a lot of Exorcist, like things like that. So I thought that was cool how they worked that into this like it's not even a dark comedy. It's just a comedy. This was just a comedy. It wasn't dark. So yeah. I'm gonna stick with thumbs medium on this. I did enjoy it. I won't say anything, but there was a few things that it didn't really keep my attention fully. But again, it was just a good piece of original content for Netflix. I'm gonna give it thumbs medium.
All right.
Yeah. So I think that's it for the movie club this week. Next week it's the Submarine Kid. Submarine Kid.
Submarine Kid, and you can watch it on Netflix.
Perfect. Adam, thanks, and thanks for everybody that listened to us. You can follow us on Twitter at Make Movies Great. We're pretty much there across the board. If you just search Make Movies Great Again, you can find us anywhere. iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're all on all those things.
We got it covered.
We got it all covered. Next week, Sean will be back for the regular podcast and for Movie Club. We'll have to get him. We'll have to get him over the information on the new movie.
I'd like Sean to run through his casting picks too next week. Just run through them quick and see where he stands.
You know what we'll do? Instead of doing it on the podcast, maybe we'll have him do it on the podcast as well, but maybe we'll have him throw them out on Twitter this week too. Okay. Yeah, I like it. So we'll have him throw them out on the Twitter. So obviously follow us on Twitter at Make Movies Great. We had to drop the again because it's too long. Just Make Movies Great. Check us out there. And Sean this week sometime is going to put up his picks for the adults for it. We'll make sure he does that. So I think that's it. Everybody, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.